Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this week's Holistic Highlight. My name is Amy Homsey, and I'm with a company called My Holistic Club. And for those of you on the line who are watching today, this might be brand new. Maybe you've never heard of us, but My Holistic Club is your holistic community in the Tampa Bay area. But what we're doing, folks, is coming together to help the body, mind, and spirit work at an optimal level in a more affordable way. Here at My Holistic Club, we are very passionate about natural health, holistic health, and it truly is mind, body, and spirit. So check us out at myholisticclub.com. And today I have the honor of bringing on a very special guest, someone I've actually worked with on a personal level. And just so you all know, the affiliates on our platform would not be on our platform if we did not believe in them. So I want to bring on the beautiful Maria Donnelly. Hey, Maria, how are you?
Hi, Amy. How are you? Thanks for having me today.
I'm good. Thank you. Happy Friday.
I know.
This week went by fast, by the way, really fast. So here at My Holistic Club, we want you to thrive holistically. We want you to save money. We want you to learn about new modalities that you could use in your life, in your lifestyle. So today we have Maria Donnelly on here with her company called Your Living Breath. I know Maria is located in Clearwater, but she works with clients all over the country. And she's a specialist in breathing, and it's actually called, and I hope I pronounce this correctly, Buteyko, breathing practitioner and myofunctional therapist. That's a mouthful, Maria. So thank you again for coming on. If you could explain to the audience, Maria, how did you get into that field and exactly what does that mean? What is a Buteyko breathing practitioner?
Sure. So I worked in dentistry for almost 30 years, and we were recognizing in about 2016 a lot of people with sleep apnea, including children, breathing disorders that they didn't know they had because they didn't present in asthma or things of that nature, but they presented in things like anxiety, panic, sleep disorder, insomnia, all of the things, ADD, ADHD. And as I was going to classes, I started to recognize that the prototype people that they were using as examples could be me on those screens. I thought, my goodness, I've had a lot of health issues growing up. Not really, horrible growing up, but as I got older, I started noticing things like feeling tired all the time. I was gaining a lot of weight, not losing it, no matter what I tried. And I had been diagnosed they were diagnosing me with fibromyalgia, like my muscles ached, insomnia, all the things. And so I was teaching this in the dental practice. The Buteyko breathing method is a method utilized to help retrain people develop functional breathing patterns. So it's not breath work like one would do to elicit a response or a feeling to stress, but rather learning how to breathe correctly 24/7 in order for the body to begin to heal on a cellular level. Nice. So it's learning how to breathe correctly when you are speaking, when you are eating, when you are sleeping, when you're sitting, when you're exercising. How do you functionally breathe so that your body is optimizing oxygenation? And myofunctional therapy is the retraining of oral muscles to help establish good lip seal so that you can nasal breathe. Tongue posture, which is tongue resting at the roof of the mouth for many reasons. One, to keep the airway open. Two, to help grow and develop the facial structure so that the airway's open. Three, so that I like to say your vagus nerve is plugged in. That's my most favorite thing to do when I'm working with clients, is getting that vagus nerve plugged in, and also to establish good swallow techniques when you're swallowing correctly and you're activating all the right nerves that are in your tongue. So anyway, I started practicing this for myself as I was teaching it, and started to notice things change. Like I had asthma, and then I didn't. I was
Wow.
obese, and then I started losing weight. Even though I was doing all the right things to try to lose weight, my body was stuck, if you know what I mean. My metabolism was not working well for me. And all of a sudden, my metabolism started to kick in because I was oxygenating well. And so my cells and my muscles, my tissues, my organs were responding healthily. And the fibromyalgia went away. My insomnia went away. And so many things started to get better. My allergies over the years, just practicing this technique has started my body healing. My allergies have improved drastically from being on medication to being off medication.
Wow.
So that said, I decided when the pandemic hit, we had to shut down, we weren't working. I might as well help others. and so it just is a passion of mine to help people heal holistically, knowing that the body was created to function a very specific way. And if we can just align our body the way it was created, we can help our body develop or go back to its initial ability to heal itself.
No, absolutely. And I love that. And I'm reading more and more about the vagus nerve, and it controls so many things, right? You not only your breathing, but anxiety, your digestion, your heart rate, everything. So I love that. So how long have you been practicing this?
Since 2018.
Okay. So 7 years.
I'm trying to remember what year was it that I actually jumped into this.
Okay. So yeah, that's awesome. So that's a long time. So I know you work with clients all over. You do a lot of it through Zoom, right? So they don't physically have to be in Clearwater. So that's a good thing. So now, Maria, who is this method good for? Like what types of people or ailments or, is this modality good for?
Right. So I do a combination of the two, right? Buteyko breathing and myofunctional therapy. And so I see clients who have an array of things. They're either they're athletes and they want to improve their stamina, speed, and performance, or people who don't have a lot going on. Maybe they have a little bit of anxiety, have a hard time sleeping, all the way to people with chronic health issues. So it's really good for everybody because if we don't breathe functionally, our body is working harder to do what it needs to do. Myofunctional therapy, a lot of people do come to me because they snore. Their spouses say, I can't sleep with you because you're snoring now. So it helps to strengthen the muscles, and everything I do is a collaborative approach. And I like to make that very clear that when we're taking care of our body, we have to recognize that it's not one thing, but you might have to work with different providers to help address various things. A lot of my clients tend to be clients who do have chronic things happening in their health, anxiety, POTS, Lyme disease, Epstein-Barr virus, fibromyalgia, or I have a lot of clients who say, my doctors can't figure out what's wrong with me, but I'm chronically tired. I have this, I have that. They have all the signs and symptoms of some of those things I mentioned, but the tests come out negative. And so again, reestablishing a better nervous system. So just helping to bring that nervous system back into balance and balancing a dysregulated nervous system. And that helps the body to be in a better state to heal itself.
So you're talking about getting back to, is it the parasympathetic state?
Exactly. Parasympathetic, rest, digest. Yes. Most people, just because of the society we live in, we live in fight, flight, freeze. And it doesn't, you don't even have to be in, it used to be maybe many, many years ago, it would be the people who were in, toxic relationships, dysfunctional families. We live in a society now that, you don't even have to be in those situations. We're in fight, flight, freeze because work demand is so difficult. Traffic is horrendous. You know,
Yes, yes.
life around us is so busy, so constant. We're on our phones all the time. So we've got those dopamine hits hitting, scrolling through social media. And so we're just, our nervous system is just not regulated.
No, you're exactly right. It's just the times that we're living in, right? And then we're in a microwave society. We have, you know, our Amazon Prime, you order something and 2 hours later you're getting it. So everyone is in that mode, right? Or in a hurry. So I think that, you know, with the stressors of life today, I think this is a perfect modality. And it's something that people don't even think about. Right. And then if you throw trauma on top of it, maybe that, you know, I'm not an expert, obviously, but I would imagine if someone had some kind of trauma, that might interrupt a breathing pattern or change it. Would that be correct?
Absolutely. So part of my work, when I work with people, I have a faith-based approach to healing inner emotions, traumas, things that have happened in life. We don't recognize it, but when we experience stressful things or repeated stressful patterns and behaviors, our body holds it in. And even if we learn to let go and forgive and do all of those things from a mental perspective, the body has not learned to let go. Our body, science proves we have cellular memory, we have muscle memory. And so, again, if we can establish functional breathing 24/7, the body becomes in a natural state, the ability to start to let go of those things in a physical way, and the body to be fully present, body, soul, and spirit, right? Body, mind, and spirit, however we want to look at that. But it encompasses all of that. So we need the body to release it, but sometimes you have to deal with the soul or the spirit in order to release it from the body.
And that makes perfect sense. And wow, I just love learning all these modalities. I love talking to all these affiliates, and I know you have helped me. In fact, I'm going to set up another appointment. It's been a while. It's been a minute. So, but thank you so much, Maria, for coming on here. You're doing such valuable work. You're, you know, giving people quality of life, so to speak, giving them their life back, which is a good thing. And that's very rewarding, right? And that's why we all do what we do. We want to help and we want to give back. And thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this, you can find Maria. Her company is called Your Living Breath on myholisticclub.com, where we have all kinds of affiliates. By the way, you do get 20% because we want you to get as healthy as you can be and save a little money. So thank you so much, Maria, and I'll talk to you soon. Everyone, be healthy and be blessed.